and then a good another 30, 40 hours at night and on the weekends. So it's one of those things, and people there always go, "Are you gonna quit? Because we saw USA Today reviewed all 3 of your books, and we saw that you have like over 27,000 that people that are watching your
workplace fans."
And I had like 2 people come up to me today and like, "We need to buy your book. We've been finding out, but we don't remember what your pen name is." I was like, "Yeah." But it's one of those things that I love doing this as well, so it would be really hard for me either way. But I know Dee's ready to go. Dee's ready to go.
And I love my job. I work at a middle school. I love my job because I love seeing 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. They're babies when they come in, then they go into that awkward stage, and then they're half grown by the time they leave. So I love to see that development, and I really do love my kids, and I say all of them are my kids. So I have 894 kids right now. So I love that, but I really am. December. Done. I'm done. Because it's like I know that right now, they always say, how do you know that opportunity can knock a couple times, but right now it's knocking on my door and it actually opened the door for me. I'm not letting it close. I'm not gonna let it close. And if I don't take that broad leap, that good, bad, or indifferent, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it the best shot that I have. And at the end, if it doesn't work out, I can go and get a job. I can be a Walmart greeter. I can hand out the lipstick. I don't mind.
You're good at it.
I can get a discount at Walmart. I mean, I'm just saying, I can get a discount. I can still do what I need to do. As long as I have enough money to buy shoes, I'm good. All I gotta do is just sell what? 4 or 5 books. I can go buy a pair of shoes. That's all I gotta do. That's all I can find a good sale somewhere. I'm happy. But for me, it's all about doing what you love. I always take the phrase that Oprah Winfrey said on her show, the very first time she had her show. And the show was doing the job that you love. And she said, your job, the job that you are meant to do, is the job that you are passionate about. If you have passion in that one thing, that is the job you are supposed to have. And I know for me, it's writing. That's the passion that I have. I can't go to sleep half the time, because my mind is working. It's working. It's thinking of different stories, because the story I'm working on now is the Stiletto Stalker. So for me, that's and it's not me. It's actually not me. I'm not stalking. I'm just gonna say yes. It might come a day that I might be stalking somebody for their shoes. I don't know. But that story is keeping me up, because it's like it's in my brain. It's just, it won't turn off. And that's probably why I'm always like on, because it's the passion inside of me for writing and just being an entertainer, because we're entertainers. When you really think about it, we are entertainers. Our television, our movie is our book. And if you can get lost in our book, we've done a hell of a job.
You're missing a bet here. The real Book Diva housewives of Maryland.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You guys are not. I mean, it's going to be a reality show. You just go be yourself. Everybody's going to watch.
I know I have books.
That's a good one.
That's a good. We got to put that on the page. Yeah. We got to all dress up in our nice clothes or something and put it up there. Like, coming soon. Real Book Divas of Maryland.
Do a YouTube series. Don't wait for her to sign the contract. Put it up on YouTube and only get to your books.
Yeah, see, we could do it. We could do it. That's a great idea. That is a great idea.
So with all you're doing, when do you find time to actually write?
Good question.
Larry, I write every chance I get. If I have a free moment, I'm writing. So, like, when I go home tonight and I'm packing for Thriller Fest, writing for me happens just like that. And it doesn't leave me just because I can't get to a pen or paper or whatever. I write everything longhand first. It'll stay with me, and then as soon as I sit down, it's okay. Done. And then I don't have to have that. Okay, 7 o'clock in the morning, go. I don't have to do that because that's not how I write. I'm not the person that writes 3,000 words a day. That's not how I do it. If I write 12 words a day, well, I write 140 tweets 100 times a day, so that's for me is writing. I do the math. Okay, I'm not doing the math. You know what I mean? But it's not that I don't want to write. It's just I don't have a set schedule. So whenever I can, I do.
Who has a set schedule here?
I do.
You do? Okay, what's your schedule?
So I wake up and I basically say that it doesn't have to be right in the morning or whatever. I work as a contractor, and so I kind of have a lot of flexibility of when I do my other work. So I just say that I have to write 2,000 words every weekday, and that really worked well for me. But obviously, it doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
It's one of the things that I always advise people, if you have the opportunity to set a schedule and to do that, definitely do that. I know with me, especially because I'll be traveling back home tonight, I won't get to write today, but tomorrow I'll do a little bit of something. But I usually like to at least read for half an hour and then write for half an hour to an hour. And that's something that we always encourage people to do, even though you're a writer. You learn by reading other people's.
Right.
So continue to do that and build yourself that way, and then always try to carve out some time.
How did you find? How did you find all the kind of events that you have been going to?
Google.
Yeah.
It starts with that, but literally every single one of the events we've done lately have opened the door to a whole host of stuff that we didn't know even was out there. So, and the three of us are partially pretty connected. Bee's finding is really connected out there. But I know from going to the Philly Festival, we found out about another event that was in Baltimore. We found out about something that was in Jersey. We found out about something in North Carolina. From the one that we just did in Delaware a couple weeks ago, that one, we now have
Open mic night.
Open mic night at, up in Delaware for our arts place. We also have 4 bookstores that want us to come in, and we also have pretty much most of the Newcastle County public libraries now want us to come in.
Yep.
So just from that event alone, we had about 12 different events that we're trying to plan right now.
See, and that's where networking comes into play. Like I said before, when you go out and meet other folks, sit down and chat, you know, and share information and stay connected, because you just never know. Like you said, like, you know, Kara said, we were just in Delaware, and just by connecting with folks, it just opened a door to so many other opportunities out there. So it's very important. Like I said, you just can't stay in this bubble. You know, you got to come out. You got to know what's out there, and you know, certain things where all three of us would say, well, you know, you should know that, but not everyone is going to know the latest and greatest trends out there in terms of what's new and exciting. You know, you have different social media platforms popping up every day. Can you do them all? Realistically, no. So you select what's best for you, and you really work the ones that are best for you. So if you find that 2 things work best for you, do that and do it consistently.
And the other thing, especially for thriller writers, if you just type in the word thriller online, you will find so many things in the area that you can go to. If you just start off by going to the website of like major conferences, Malice Domestic, Thriller Fest, Love is Murder, BoucherCon. If you go to those sites first, and then click on the authors. Click on those authors, because they're hyperlinks. Go to those authors' pages and see where they are. Because all of them are going to events that we've never heard of. But they know about them because that's where they normally go. So click on an author if you see that, you know, that this is going to be a guest star, a guest author somewhere. Click on his link and then go to his website or her website and then see where they're going. Hank Philippi Ryan. We met through Thriller Fest, and so I keep up with her, and she does like dinners in Massachusetts and Rhode Island and Maine and all these places that I had never heard of, and they're actually literary events. But you don't have to limit yourself to literary events. Go to open mic night. It's called
I'm doing
open
that.
mic
I'm doing
night.
that.
Because they want
it's
people
free.
to come. It's
Yeah.
free.
It's free.
That's how you get used to reading your stuff out in public.
And be comfortable doing that.
Right.
I think we have time for just one more question and
Right
then
here?
we'll
Okay.
grapple the book.
Okay.
So you're not lugging your book around to all these places you're going. You're simply going and seeing what's there, networking, and that sort of thing. Are you able to gauge in any way how your book sales relate to any of these events that you know, okay, that was a good event? Man, I got this great big bump in sales after I went to that event. That event, nothing really happened. Didn't move one book. Are you able to gauge?
Yeah.
Since you're not doing direct
Yep.
sales?
Yep.
But most of the time, but you're wrong that we do take our books
Books
wherever we
wherever we
go.
go.
Always take your books
Because
wherever
You
you
never know.
Even
You never
if we might not sell a book, but somebody will come and say, you know what, I wasn't gonna buy a book, but let me just get your book because I know that my sister's daughter likes new adults. So let me just get her, your book. And that's fine. They'll chase us down to the car sometime. And we'll walk out, we'll pack up. It doesn't matter if we don't sell one, but we take them just in case someone wants one. So that we can never say, okay, well, we didn't bring it because, we didn't think we
And
were
that
gonna sell
doesn't
a
look
book.
good, because if you're an author, you should
always have
a
your
couple with
You
you.
always should have at least 4 books with you, no matter what. Take at least 4 books with you because you never know, you might sell those 4.
Yep.
And it might not be at the event you're at, it might be on your way to the event. Every time if I go in the store and I'm looking for directions or something, I'm like, look, I'm on my way to an author event. Oh, you're an author? What do you
Yeah.
write? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, okay, that's a potential sales. You're a salesman, remember, you're your own business. Take every opportunity to sell yourself.
Interesting.
Not that way.
Well,
Not sell yourself. I say that every time because it sounds so bad every time I say it.
I know what you're saying. What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different class.
But interestingly enough, I'm going grocery shopping, okay? And I see a friend of mine coming out, and we were talking, and right then and there, I sold a book.